Land of the beautiful horses. It fits in the palm of my hand, this clam fossil, from a shallow Pleistocene seabed, wave upon wave of cream contours lapping its hollows. The sea has left it honeycombed. Its underside tingles smooth to my fingers. I trace the casts of ancient mazes, Cappadocia on the dry plateau. Pillars on the horizon, cone-shaped and wind-blown, churches carved in cliff walls. I follow tunnels in an underground city, dug out of soft volcanic stone. Thousands live down here, with horses, sheep, rolled back the millstone, hid from invaders. 7 levels down, a child holds a fossil to a candle, sees its shadow, the sweep of waves, tastes the salt on her tongue. I turn it over in my hand like an earthquake. The next poem I'm going to read is it's from a sequence of 7 poems, and it's the last poem. It's about Hurrem, who was the wife of Suleiman the Magnificent in the 1500s. She was captured as a slave and then rose to power. But in a patriarchal society, there were many who were suspicious of a strong woman. She spent her money on charitable works, particularly for women and the destitute. And Suleiman was away a lot at wars, so they would write to each other. And these poems are based on her letters. At times I stop. There are some things I cannot do when fear takes hold. Do not forget me, Suleiman. I challenge all who dare to put the evil eye on us. Sinan draws up my plans for Jerusalem. In a dream I see a bright comet in the night sky. It lights my way to the ground where other women have built before. Helena, mother of Constantine, Lady Tunsuk of the Mamluks. My buildings rise brick by brick, hospital, mosque, soup kitchen, to feed pilgrims from afar, the destitute. Our son Jihangir was in pain. The abscess on his shoulder has been cauterized, and he is better now. Our other children, Miramar and Bayezid, are well. Kiss the hem of your robe. Here I, Hurrem, do all I can across the realm. Woman, mother, empress, come home. And this next poem is about the ruined town of Kayakoi, which was abandoned in 1923. It was an enforced exchange of populations, Turks and Greeks. So up until that point, Muslims and Christians had lived side by side for generations, friends, neighbours, family. Kayakoi. Night falls. The imam plays chess with the priest. The moon leans into its curve. Greeks leave their keys with their Turkish neighbours, long friends, last tears and kisses. Walls and fireplaces open to the sky, blue patches of paint. The air stirs. Somewhere there's a key. I'm going to read a couple of poems now from my other book, which is over there, What Rita Tells Me. So, What Rita Tells Me are poems from when I was young. We moved up north to a new council estate, and they hadn't yet built the houses, so we got our food from the maize van. And my dad by this time had Parkinson's disease. Dreaming of Leeds. Damp waves as we cycle away. On our estate, no one asked his age, and we've never heard of Parkinson's. Up on the allotment, the air is clean and cold. I watch the brown water of the Tees snake its way below. Mum takes her spade, shovels manure, pulls up weeds, cuts lettuce, spring greens, half a dozen sticks of rhubarb. I put them in my bicycle basket, stand on the pedals, push hard against the wind on the long way home. The maceman's outside. Dad's buying a bag of sugar. He holds the bar, climbs down the step, doesn't see us. Perhaps he dreams of Leeds where he grew up, 64 miles away, cut off like the moon. Then in my first term of secondary school, we moved down south again. My old school had a green uniform, but my new school had a navy uniform. But I had to wait for the uniform grant to come through. So for a couple of weeks, I wore my old green uniform. Gazelle through. I sit in assembly, green in a sea of blue, waiting for my uniform grant to come through. I've moved from up north. For weeks I'm cut loose, an alien body, a transplant through and through. It's so hard to fit in. I want to make friends, but I can't. A wild, sensitive plant, how to pull through. My dad's at home. He's elderly, ill, not able to work. A repetitive chant he's put through. No money for new clothes or shoes. We rely on the thrift shop, looked at aslant, walk on through. I can't wear that jumper, perfectly good one. It's red, not navy, from my aunt. You're joking, I'm through. It arrives. One uniform lasts 5 years. The skirt becomes shorter and shorter. Exultant, I, Jan, break through. So this is a poem I've written recently. It's not in the book. I'm going to read this one and then 3 more poems from the book. Listen, there was a little dog killed by a big dog, and its screeches were terrible to hear, and the screams of its owner were terrible to hear. And Melek, who was elderly, couldn't save her little dog. Listen, the point is, Elsa, the big dog's owner, wouldn't say sorry. She'd let her dog out by itself, as she always did, but she wasn't sorry. And this wasn't the first time, because her dog was known for killing cats. Your dog always barked at my dog, she said, as if this was some kind of answer. Melek turned away, buried her dog in the dry earth, and carried on, watering chilies, weeding between the rows. Cadianda is an ancient Roman Lycian city, which is up in the mountains, in the forest above Kazumlu. It's quite a difficult walk. Cadianda trek. My feet tangle in a branch on the steps. I fall headlong, scrape my shins badly, faint for 20 seconds. In that time I have 4 dreams. It's bad. Next day it's worse. At the hospital I sit out my trauma, legs bandaged in white gauze. I'm given free treatment, antibiotics. Daily at the health centre, the nurse changes my dressings, slavers on iodine, brown ointment. It colours my skin. Healing is slow. Soon I must go home, but I'm in pain. Can't walk, worry about the airport, book a wheelchair for the return, leaving here always a wrench. This is a short poem. It's about when I was young. I used to draw hills, always the same shape, and there's one behind the house. One hill. When I was a child, I drew many hills, always the same shape. Now I'm here, I follow the outline with my eyes, each layer of pine trees, green over green, each sudden stark branch, and a tiny speck against the blue, an eagle, which rises, then falls to nothingness. Now I'm away, the hill continues to draw me. And my last poem, my husband died in 2019, then the pandemic happened, so it was a couple of years before I went back. The first time I wheeled my bike through the gate alone, I'm scared, knowing no one to notice but a brown and black dog. I duck the fig tree's branches. It's downhill, and I don't brake because isn't this just like flying? When I stop, I hear the first leaf fall, a soft clunk on the hard earth. I look for the animal it must surely have been, but nothing scurries away. A plastic water bottle spins on its stick. A flash in the sun, starts. A hooded crow caws, flaps into a silhouette. The next leaf is silent, caught in a branch of the finished vine. 2 yellow butterflies flow between the rows. I look up to the top of Gay Wren Mountain, the white fire hut always there. Once we climbed that mountain before we knew its name. When I think of us against that tiny building, it's a feeling like vertigo, because isn't the world spinning just the same? I sit on a low wall, eat cheese burek. Your bike is in the shed, its tyres flat. Leaves continue to strike the pale earth. A stronger breeze uncouples more across the sky, too far to hear them hit the ground. You fell off your bike once into a patch of thistles. We cycled side by side on empty roads. This wide valley, these mountains, small creatures, my feet on the ground. Isn't it amazing to be alone? Thank you. I'm going to read some poems for Palestine. The first one, I watched a YouTube video in 2019. This was in Ziad Jaber School in Hebron in the West Bank. This poem won third prize in the Second Light competition in 2021. It really hit me because as a teacher you have to keep your children safe, and these teachers were not able to do that. Teachers, imagine that it's home time. Your children walk out into the corridor, rucksacks on. 2 soldiers come in, familiar, in khaki, with their assault rifles. They call the name of one of your children, Yazan Idris. A soldier holds tight the strap of the rucksack on the child's back. You hold his hand to stop the soldier, taking him from your school. Other teachers come to help. Say, "Speak Arabic, we don't understand you." There's a loud bang. A soldier slams the door. "I don't give a shit about your Arabic." You put your arm round Yazan, 9 years old. Say, "Don't do this, he's a child." The soldier shouts, "Then you shouldn't throw stones." He's crying. "I didn't throw stones, I swear I didn't." The soldier shoves you, points his assault rifle at your chest. His hold tightens on the strap of the rucksack behind the child's neck, who's pulled around, backwards, forwards, struggles to keep his feet. His eyes wide as he looks up into the face of the soldier who stands above him, twice his height. "Get the other one, where is he?" They don't find his 7-year-old brother hiding behind a teacher's coat. Soldiers in your school, teachers. Next poem is in memory of Hind Rajab, her cousin Leanne Hamadeh, and 2 paramedics, Youssef Zaino and Ahmed Al-Madhoun, 10th of February 2024. I listened to the call to the Red Crescent, which was taped. Somewhere in Gaza, there's a car a black Kia. Inside is Hind, 6 years old, and her aunt, uncle, 4 cousins. A tank is firing at them. All are dead, apart from Hind and her cousin Leanne, 15, who phones an uncle, who phones the Red Crescent, gets through to Rana, who phones Leanne. Rana hears gunfire. She's cut off, phones again. This time Hind answers, her voice quiet. Leanne is dead. An ambulance is coming. The Israelis won't let it through. Rana stays on the phone for 3 hours. It's getting dark. Hind tells her she's afraid of the dark. It's raining and cold. Rana connects Hind to her mum. She cries more when she hears her. Don't leave me, Mama. I'm hungry. I'm hurt. She's lying with the dead bodies of her family. The tank is very close. It's next to me. It's moving. They stay on the line, try to comfort her, hear heavy gunfire, tell her to get under the seat. Hind says she can see the ambulance. They hear the car door open. The line goes dead. Hind disappears. The 2 paramedics, Yusuf and Ahmed, disappear. This next poem, since 1967, more than 800,000 olive trees have been uprooted by Israeli authorities and settlers. And this poem is written after Ansel Elkin's poem, Return, a Lynching. She wrote about the lynching of a black man in the southern states, and then went backwards to when he was alive. So I've done the same with the olive trees. Reverse, the olive trees. Reunite the trunks upright to the sky, each one felled and broken on the earth. Return the sap to their branches, breath to their leaves. Uncut the trees of 20, 50, 1,000 years. Rejoin them to their roots, unwhisper Palestine. Return the chainsaws to the truck. Untangle the settlers from the soldiers. Unsay the word terrorist. Release the soldier's finger from the trigger. Return the weapon to his shoulder. Return the farmer to her bed. Reconnect her to the land. Unweep her tears. Unbreak her hopes. Replace the family's source of food. Repress the olives in the mill for oil. Repeal the silence in the olive grove. Unstartle the sparrows. Return them to the silver leaves. Regroup friends and family round the trees. We sing the folk songs of October's harvest. Repick the olives. Recreate the feast and share with neighbours, family, friends, under the laden trees. Redirect the bulldozer from its uprooting, the fire from its burning. Reverse the pickup truck with its load of saplings. Reswing the pickaxe, dig the holes, replant 800,000 trees, watch the saplings grow. Recall the sunbird to the olive tree. I'm going to read 2 more short poems and then 2 short poems from Palestinian poets to finish off. So this poem that I wrote won second prize in the Enfield competition. So out of many videos, this video stuck in my mind the most. Reem was 3 years old and her grandfather called her the soul of my soul. Ghazal, for Reem. The grandfather cradles his little one. Wake up. Holds her close, her breathing done. Wake up. Kisses her eyes, her hair. She's his second one. Wake up. Shakes her gently. She's sleeping on. Wake up. His birthday, hers, is coming soon. Wake up. In his ears the flashing bomb. Wake up. All around him, Gaza's gone. Wake up. Next to her brother, he lays her down. Wake up. Her skinny arms, he lays her down. Wake up. Strokes her face, her brow. No morning sun. Wake up. In the second video, he talks about removing her earring. Removing the butterfly. Before Khalid gave her up to those whose job it was to enfold her in white plastic, he gently took from her ear the only earring left, removed the butterfly from the back of her earlobe to release the gold stud, pierced it through the pocket of his shirt near his heart. And these last two short poems are from the anthology Out of Gaza. I meant to bring it up, sorry, forgot, so I can't show you it. This poem is from a Palestinian-American poet, Naomi Shihab Nye. It's called Green Shirt. His mother did not wash it for this, for him to be carried dead by two friends across the thirsty ground of Gaza. That morning he put it on. She told him he looked handsome, a fine deep colour that lit up his skin. And this last poem is from a Gazan poet, Mossab Abu Toha. What is home? What is home? It is the shade of trees on my way to school before they were uprooted. It is my grandparents' black and white wedding photo before the walls crumbled. It is my uncle's prayer rug where dozens of ants slept on wintry nights before it was looted and put in a museum. It is the oven my mother used to bake bread and roast chicken before a bomb reduced our house to ashes. It is the cafe where I watched football matches and played. My child stops me. Can a four-letter word hold all these?